Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Kyle Roderick Gridley, and you gotta scroll back and open up a new window. It's episode 73, and you have no idea what you're in for. Oh man, it's rose-colored classist, and yeah, it's episode 73. When should I stop counting them? Is me telling you the number heard in viewership? Okay, do people look at my title, see the number, and go, what the fuck? This guy's still counting? Who cares? Does he think it's 2014? No one cares about the number. And I mean, the number. Only 73, guys. It's only episode 73. That's crazy. Okay, you got to get to at least 300 to be taken seriously in this town. And that's what I'm trying to do, man. Ooh, yeah, I'm doing a podcast. Welcome to the party. Yeah, I would like to just let you know before you start really listening, investing. I do feel like I should tell you what this podcast is. What genre it is? What is it? Yeah, man. Wouldn't you like to know? Wouldn't I? No, it's comedy. Sorry. No, just comedy. Really, get out of here. It's comedy. Couldn't be anything else. Sorry, I tried. I tried to do other things. Didn't work. Nope, man. Hey, you, if you want to be part of something, learn something, figure out the mysteries of life, sorry, not doing it. Not doing it here. gonna tell you the truth. Be real honest. This is gonna be a near completely useless listen for you. All right? Yeah, maybe I have some facts, some things you didn't know or didn't consider, but don't count on it. All right? Just trying to have fun. It's a fun time. You're gonna have fun with me. All right? Yeah, man. We're gonna get into all the topics. Okay? We're gonna get into all the topics, but let's just before. I'm gonna make a real move and just say, hey, ask yourself. I'm asking myself, am I here to tell you the truth, or am I here to tell you jokes? Okay? And if I try and do both, will that impact my credibility as a professional, as an artist? Yeah. Will it impact my true beliefs? Should I be out here telling you my true beliefs? Yeah, yeah, man. Where is the line where, I take things seriously in life? All right, does that have to be clear to you guys? Does it have to be clear if I'm telling you the truth or not? It's a comedy podcast. No, I mean, look, if you really want your podcaster to be genuine, God bless you, okay? Yes, ask them to be genuine, and then ask them to put on a good performance, okay? And try not to look and think about those things at the same time. I mean, God forbid you have your podcaster talk about something you're personally interested in. God forbid, okay? And don't worry, that will not be a problem here. Okay, I will never try and talk about something you're interested in, all right? At least on purpose, okay? Any interest you have in this comedy podcast is pure coincidence, an actual accident, okay? I will only talk about things I care about. Personally, which is a tough list. It's a tough group. I feel bad for things inside of that group. Okay. Yeah, I mean, my perspective now, the things I care about. Oh man, my perspective. Jesus Christ, would not wish it on anyone else, man. Yeah, I'm at this point where I don't believe in anything or anybody, and I smoke weed all day. It's something I'm calling nihilism. Yep. I mean that. Yeah, a joke, guys. We got to it. That's what we do here. Tell not very good jokes. That's what it's about. Yeah, man. The show. Yeah, I talk about comedy and podcasting. I set up a perspective, my own personal one. At least, for today. And then I get into the stories. Then we get into all the stories. Yes, the global soap opera that we look at ironically. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then we play some hot topical clips. We attempt to riff off of the topical clips. Yeah, man, hey, here's a joke for people who speak English and Spanish. Are you ready? Yeah. What's it like kidnapping the Venezuelan president? Maduro. Duro. Do you get it? Duro means tough in Spanish, like it was difficult. And mad in English, it means that feeling that we have in all of our hearts when we see our taxpayer money get used for military operations outside the country. Yeah, I have an odd style of comedy. This is an odd pod, okay? The rhythm does not match the content, okay? And what else do we do here? Yeah, I follow Candace Owens pretty hard. So hard, too hard. No, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that. She makes me feel strange feelings. Really, no, I'm gonna leave it at that. She just makes me feel stuff. Okay, I probably need a girlfriend to act normal talking about her. Okay, yeah, she makes me want to be honest. She makes me want to be really, really honest. And in that spirit, man, can that married woman, mother of four, get it? Oh God, can she get it? Man, whew. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry to do this. I've been hanging out with the boys too much here in my life, and we talk about her, and it's weird. I'm gonna make it real, real weird. If it wasn't weird enough, and then we talk about the California governor's race. That's what we're doing. I'm a California guy. I care about the California governor's race every show from now on, without a doubt. Okay, and when I run out of candidates, there's so many candidates. So fucking many candidates for the California governor's race in 2016. Yeah. After we cover all of them, I think I've covered most of them. I will probably move on to the issues. That day will probably be today. Okay, and maybe I'll even give you some personal Californian anecdotes. Okay, I got stories. I should pull some of them out. I grew up in this odd place. I should talk about it more, especially since it's so relevant to everything we do in the country. We're number 4. We'll give it to you later. Yeah, and then I also have been talking about Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, seriously, I'm having a problem moving past Jeffrey Epstein. Just having a little problem moving past it. Okay, I know I should. I know I have to. Really. No, I really feel like I should stop focusing on it. Okay. Is this mic rigged to blow? Has someone been in my apartment? I'm freaked out. But I talk about it. Right. And yeah, man, at this point, this is the things I care about. I mean, really, what should I be talking about? Huh? You want me to be honest? All right? How can I be honest in this world? Everything is proven to be untrue immediately. Okay? Honestly, I have no idea what the fuck is going on. I have no idea what the fuck is happening right now. No idea, okay? And I think that's a little useless, all right? Someone who's honestly ignorant, not useful. That person's not useful. I want to be honest with you. Yeah, do you know anything? Not really. Well, congratulations. Your honesty has won us so much. Don't know how important it is at the moment. Yeah, but that's what they say, right? Yeah, last week, this is what I'm mad about. Last week, episode 72, total of 54 viewers. Where were you? Where were all of you? No, last week I tried to talk a little bit about the Somalian fraud, okay? And literally, that same day I put out the pod, I get guys coming at me, telling me that, it was all basically a fucking lie, telling me it was a psyop. A psyop? What? This guy, he's some fucking psycop getting funding, all right? I learned it from some stupid show that I now have to listen to every fucking week. It's called Liberty Lockdown. I have to listen to it. The guy has good info. I'm upset, okay? And they told me that poor kid, that poor kid, it was so long ago already. It feels like it was forever ago. But this rich kid, popular kid investigating the Somalians, he's telling me that he's some produced plant. Some guy who just was paid a bunch of money to do the stuff. Tell me about the story. And dude, you want to be honest? I'm immediately wrong. What are we talking about? They can't even let me have this. They can't even let me have the Somalian fraud. I mean, come on. Let me be racist. I wanted to be racist. I wanted to make insane generalizations about groups and the government, and we've moved past it, and I'm already wrong. Fuck, dude. Yeah, man, my last podcast turns out will not stand the test of time. Yeah, no, obviously these pods are flawed creations. ill-timed words. No, really, I did an hour and 45 last week. An hour and 45-minute podcast last week. That can't be right. By myself. No sponsors. That's clearly not right. Clearly, dude, that is clearly not the content that's going to take off. Okay? No, what the fuck? What fucked up passion project am I on right now? No, commercialization is impossible. It's demented. I'm wrong immediately. I'm wrong for a long, long time. But no, really, bringing me back. Just give me a second with the info. Give me a second with it. Okay, just give me a fucking second before we change the info. All right, I'm trying to do a podcast and you're embarrassing me. Okay, I'm trying to do something trite, predictable, and formulaic, and things are too quickly outdated for it to work. Okay, no, I feel like that. I feel like that medic in Saving Private Ryan. You know, Sneaky Pete. You know that actor? He looks like that British guy who played Moriarty in that Sherlock Holmes BBC thing. Yeah, this actor in the Saving Private Ryan, the medic, he does a great movie with Vin Diesel about finances, stock trading. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, he looks like that guy, the British guy in the new Knives Out movie. Do you know who I'm talking about? But anyway, this guy, he's in Saving Private Ryan. He's on the beach. It's D-Day, and he's fixing somebody. He's fixing him, and then he finally did it. He yells out there, "I stopped the bleeding!" And then immediately when he says, "I stopped the bleeding," the Germans shoot the guy that he was fixing in the head. Okay, they shoot Sneaky Pete's patient. Okay, he's also Phoebe's brother in Friends. Do you know who I'm talking about? And then he yells something so powerful, so meaningful. He yells, "Just give us a chance. Just give us a chance." And I want to take that feeling and push it out. Give this podcast a chance. Do not let this podcast be immediately outdated today. Please. 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 let the words that I say today in this microphone last at least 2 weeks. Let it be right. Let it be right for at least 2 weeks. Come on. Yeah. I'm just like that guy. I will also probably die asking for my mom. Watch the movie. He's a really great actor. What is his name? I don't care. No. Yeah, man, it's all a movie. It's all a fucking I'm getting real weirded out by the images today. Yeah, I mean, I forgot, what comic said it. There's some comic out there. He's super famous, and he said something like, how do we even know what we see on TV is really even happening? Okay? I mean, things being surreal is inevitable at this point. Okay? I mean, Donnie T, so far away. Washington, D.C., so far away. Candace Owens, so far away. Okay? And they're out there, and they're telling me shit is happening, and, I'm not even sure if they're real. Okay? No, I never met Charlie Kirk. Never met him. Never even tried to. Okay? And supposedly, I have met celebrities. And I'll meet the celebrity, and I go, "You don't even look like that person. You don't even look like the person I think is a celebrity." Yeah, man. Everyone feels like a fucking clone. Okay? It's all happening in my head. The whole world, it's in my head. Okay? I get that. Science proves it. Whatever. Okay? It's just, whatever's going on in the world, it's at least a story that we tell ourselves. Don't know if it's true. Maybe it is. Kind of just running it. All right? We have this idea of our history of people as people. We look at history and we believe some identity, but when you really realize that most events happen outside of your purview, things can get pretty out there. All right? I mean, nowadays we're just wondering if everything is some secret psychological programming. Okay? Yeah, man. And if you were in this place, it really puts a damper on most things. Okay? Events, movies. I can't even enjoy a nice podcast I have for an hour and 45 minutes. No, you can't trust anybody anymore. It's tough, man. It's a pathetic situation, and society seems hopeless. And what the fuck is all this money stuff? All right, money? It's the only dude. Money seems to be real. That's the only thing I've figured out so far. And dude, I just found out with everything that's going on. I just found out how much money we're given to ICE. It's a lot. You know how much money in America we're given to ICE? It's like something more than like the next 13 countries' militaries. All right. I mean, did y'all motherfuckers hear about Donnie T's new proposal? How much he wants to pay the military? 1.5 trillion? What's going on with taxes? Motherfucking taxes. Where's the money? Who's paying for this? How does it even work? Okay. Yeah, man, all this debt stuff, all this money stuff seems to be a real joke. I mean, 39 trillion. What's it even up to? Who knows? You know, I hear these things and whatever it means, I'm very confused. I do not think it means what you think it means. All right. I mean, I'm working for money too here, okay? And, you know, I have the amount of money I get. All right, I have the amounts of money I've seen before. And then I hear a number like 39 trillion, and something seems off, okay? A little weird. All right, whatever problems I am having understanding reality probably goes straight back to this, okay? I don't even know what to do with this shit, man. Jesus, yeah, I mean, the shit is barely real out there nowadays, okay? Barely real. This is the perspective talk. Okay, I'm seeing 87 angles of the ICE shooting. All right, yeah, when law enforcement kills a lesbian while driving. It's a great headline, guys. It's a great headline. Law enforcement kills lesbian for driving. It's surprisingly good as a headline. Probably too good. Feels like a false flag. I mean, yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Yeah, man, you show me a video, okay, and the idea that I'm supposed to believe it is ridiculous. It's so dumb. I mean, you've already proved to me that all videos can be faked, okay? No, they have programs that can tell. Well, then, show me the program. Show me the angle. I mean, I'll see this angle. I'll see that angle. Fucking satellites will give me thermal imaging. And I mean, for Christ's sake, I just, how do we make anything of it? Whose fault do I want it to be? That's really what it's about. Whose fault do I want it to be? I think I can find a video to justify it. Hey, who do you want to blame? How about we just blame ourselves? How about that? It's crazy. Now, all these guys out there posting, talking, yeah, we think we see a video, and then we just fucking fire off. It's the Wild West. You don't know if you can believe the video. It's just a video. All right, we're just walking out with the lynch mob. And whatever. I guess it's been that way for a minute, but let me just say, figuring out what actually happened, making sure all parties are given what they're owed, is not helped by people's personal conjecture on a fucking video filmed with an iPhone 13. Okay? All right, and what to do next and make sure it never happens again is actually a completely separate question. All right? Both of these I think you'll have no impact on by telling us. I mean, hey, man, you don't trust law enforcement? You don't trust law enforcement? Well, hey, here's a tip. If you don't trust them, maybe don't try and meet them, okay? Yeah, don't try and stop them when they're doing that enforcing you don't believe in. How's that ever going to go well? I mean, guys, people trying to, stop the cops, what you're really talking about is like armed combat, actually. I mean, peaceful protests, I guess they, make sense before tear gas. Maybe they made sense before pepper bombs. Bulletproof vests. I mean, what the fuck are you doing out there, guys? They're going to kill you. They're going to kill you. You want to fight the system? You want to protest? Hey, get educated. Think about being a lawyer. Start training on the gun range. Learn jujitsu. Okay? Hey, don't get shot in the street by the fucking cops. All right? Yeah, man, this ICE agent, allegedly an Iraq war veteran who was run over by some other guy a month ago. Here's a tip. Try not to meet that guy. Try not to meet him under any circumstances, actually. Maybe at a bar. Maybe there. But, alcohol is bad for you, too. Yeah, I blame her. I blame the lady in the car who went anywhere an ICE agent was. All right? If you go near the ICE agent, they're retards with guns. Maybe don't do that. All right? Yeah, this lesbian mom, who was only there because of her, crazy lesbian wife, right? Yeah, allegedly. And, I'm not coming up with this from some video. I'm taking this from statements. All right, yeah, allegedly this, crazy lesbian wife wanted to protest, just had a feeling. They were driving right by it, and she was inspired. Real impulse decision. Yeah, and then fucking got her wife murdered. All right, I blame the wife. Okay, she got this poor lesbian shot to death. Okay, this poor lesbian, a recent convert, evidently, because she has a kid. How'd they get it? No, I hear the dad's dead, and then after the dad died, this mom becomes lesbian. It's a real twist up. Okay. And then, she gets hooked up with this crazy fucking lesbian, probably been rocking the short hair since day one, whose idea, again, was to get out and protest. She was the one who put her fucking, this poor woman in the position in the first place. Okay, and then look. Then you have a situation where a woman is driving. ICE is exonerated, okay? Jackboot thugs win again. A woman was driving. There's no way to defend that, guys. No way to defend that. It was her fault. Okay, yeah. Secret police walks away with another W. Yeah, man. These lesbos are giving these fucking guys layups. Giving the feds easy shots. Jesus Christ. Hey, ICE, it's a stupid name for a law enforcement agency. All right? You hear me? Yeah, this is the part of the pod where I blame everybody. Yeah, I'm sorry, ICE. It's a stupid fucking name. All right? It's like, why are you calling it ICE? It's like calling the Air Force Wind or something. Yeah, maybe I guess it's like the fire department. But then again, the fire department deals with fires. And what does ICE deal with? What do they got, pickaxes out there? Fucking they ice fishing? No, they're dealing with immigration and whatever the C stands for. And enforcement. What does the C stand for? Customs. Okay, I remembered. Yeah, quite the custom they got going on over there. Yeah, man, I blame everybody. Rose-colored classist, I blame everybody. I blame the protesting lesbos. All right, I blame the fascist thug federal cops. Okay, I blame myself actually for having a dim view of these types of interactions. Yeah, really. You know what? Here's what I think. Here's what I think. How we solve it all. This is how we solve it all. All right, immigrants, do a better job hiding. All right, protesters, if you want to fight fascism, if you want to fight the oligarchy, all right, whatever, just don't do it on the streets. Don't do it on the highways. How you do it is by emailing me at rosecoloredclassist@gmail.com. I have ideas. Yeah, and then lesbos, I guess, keep doing whatever you're doing. You fucking animals. All right, sorry. I'll stop the shit talking for lesbians, but I really respect you. I really respect lesbians. Why won't they fuck me? Yeah, email rose-colored classes, guys. I actually could help. How can I help? Well, I have a surprise for you. I have a process serving business. Bring it up. Yep. We're here. We brought it up. Have we brought it up yet? Yep, that's right, guys. This podcast, it's officially sponsored by my own business. It is officially sponsored by my own process-serving business. Yes, currently you can email krgprocess@proton.me. All right? Yes, Proton, mail. All right? I'm trying to leverage this into a Proton sponsorship. It's business. No, they do really have a good product. The product's great. I really still want you to email Rose-Colored Classes too, though. You can email Rose-Colored Classes about the sponsor. Who's the sponsor? It's me, KRG Process at proton.me. All right, again, they have a great product. They have security for my literal business I'm promoting right now. Yeah, but I will say, if Proton wants me to read the copy, they have to pay me. All right. Otherwise, I will only keep mentioning them for free. I'm not good at this, am I? No, I am bad at business. No, again, I do want to promote myself. I am available in the greater Los Angeles area. You can email me. And just understand, all right, you hear me talking crazy, but I'm a process server. I've been doing comedy for 12 years, all right? Process servers, they have to do a lot of crazy stuff, be very gregarious, or, whatever word, okay? So just, understand potential clients, understand how bananas process servers have to be to get this shit done. Okay, you hear what I'm on about? You hear all the nuts thing, the crazy things I'm on about? Just understand, that's what makes me effective. Okay? Yes, this is an eccentric profession. Eccentric profession. Okay? But do business with me and you'll see how nice normal I am. All right? No, seriously, I worked as a janitor for In-N-Out for a number of years. A janitor type of manager. Not kind of. I was facilities guy. Really, I just do business with me. You'll see how awesome I am, okay? KRG process. I will serve your legal documents. Yeah, I'm okay at spying. I have marginal legal authority to enter places, access certain databases, okay? And as to accessing those databases, I do find it not inherently against libertarianism. It's a little fascist, I guess, but if we only use these things in genuine legal matters, okay, it'll all be all right. It'll all be all right. I know other people who can do the same job. All right. There's a few testimonials I have in the bank. They wouldn't film him. They just wrote him. I think they lied about it, but no. Process serving. This is an advertisement. I should write my own copy. I'm just, here promoting it by myself. Okay. All right. Hot intro. Hope I explained enough. It's time to now begin the actual content. And I do want to encourage you to play this podcast at 2x speed if you haven't already done it. All right? Because we're going to get into the stories and maybe we're going to cover some things you've already heard before. No, I want to talk about this story about how everyone's getting paid. I mentioned Nick fucking Swirly, whatever his fucking name is up top, and how he may not be an honest broker. I mean, I was really sold on the Somali fraud. It makes too much sense, but evidently this guy's getting paid. All right, he might be doing the old shillsreel. How do I'm trying to make a joke. He's a shill for Israel. He's a shillsreel. All right, yeah, he's doing the government propaganda to lessen our anxiety or increase it. I mean, he's increasing. He's doing the government propaganda to increase our anxiety, giving us the old propaganda. You like that one? No. Yeah, I just did. Go move into the future, understanding how these people get paid. I mean, stories are going to keep popping up. People are going to keep popping up, all right? And, if I really genuinely wanted to have, a no bullshit, stopping the jokes for a second purpose for this podcast, I do think my number one goal would to bring attention to people's personal perception of any event, all right? So, fuck whatever conclusion you're coming to, guys. God bless you. Figure it out for yourself. All the power to you. You decide. But I think what is important is, how you got there. Who knows what's right and wrong in this world? Who knows? Make it up. But, if you're thinking about things correctly, perceiving them in a way where you're, understanding the gravity, understanding that it's all fucking, you're in the box in your head, man. You got your feelings. Then I think it's all for the best. So I want to play this video. Jimmy Dore, big fan. Shout out to the stand-ups. They got a little video explaining how people are getting paid. People getting paid to talk. So please go ahead.
So he's going to tell you. So I have two quick videos here from Ryan Mata, who I tried to get on the show today, but he is busy. I didn't give him enough heads up. It's my fault. But anyway, he's doing great work on this. So here, let's listen to what he says about how this all works. How this obvious coordinated AstroTurf paid for Mockingbird Media 2.0 anti-Candace campaign works. Let's listen.
So I want to explain how the pay-to-play game works here in the influencer world, especially in the digital age. And they have these things which are called clipping sites. So a clipping site will basically, I'm going to give you the rundown because I kind of made a slide to actually break it down. But these sites out there, some are anybody can join, and then some are invite only. So this is how the PACs use, and they basically hide behind these sites, and they use these sites to directly.
So he's saying PACs use these, meaning political PACs. They use these clipping sites. And they put out, hey, look, here's how much money we'll give you if you clip this video and say this exact thing. And so let's watch.
pay influencers to do work on behalf of a political opponent without actually having to report it. So this is how they're like adding that middleman in the barrier and why it's so hard to determine who's paying who and how they're getting paid. So let me explain this to you. This little slide, right? So let's just say they have a bounty. Let's just say I want to put a $50,000 bounty out, and I'm willing to pay $10 per 100,000 views. Now you don't have to get 100,000 views to earn $10. You can get 10,000 views and you can earn $1, right? Because all the accounts are different. And you want as many accounts as humanly possible, basically competing to earn their share of the 50,000. So along with the bounty, so the bounty, this is the actual job itself, will have requirements. So the requirements for this specific job that I just made up would be a 39 to 90 second video attacking Candace Owens. The keywords that you need to put in the actual title of the post: Candace Owens lied about Erica Kirk. Now I could go on and say Candace Owens is crazy and she lied about Erica Kirk. I don't have to put keyword word for word, but those specific keywords have to be used for my tweet to actually be eligible to earn a percentage of this bounty, right? And then the platforms that I need to post it on can be X, IG, TikTok, YouTube. Now, if I post the same video and I post it on X and IG, I'm going to get 2 links, right? So each one of those videos is going to be earning its portion. It's not combined. It'll be on each. So if you post to IG, TikTok, YouTube, and on each platform you get 1 million views, or let's just say each platform you get 100,000 views, then you'd earn $40, $10 per 100,000 views.
Jimmy Dore with the informative comedy. Really, they're just being their authentic selves up there, huh? Yeah, no, they're a really funny program. At least, dude, they're funny at least one time a segment. Okay, sometimes Jimmy goes on a tear. Sometimes Kurt. Okay, thank God for those phone calls, those funny phone calls. Really, listen to the show. And again, shout out to the stand-ups, man. You know, and as a form of podcasting, I do really like reviewing a video that reviews another video. Okay, I actually, if this whole podcast could look like an infinity mirror, I think that would be awesome. All right, just a podcast playing a podcast of a guy playing a podcast of a guy playing a podcast. I've seen some sketches on the internet that do a little bit like that. Now, back to the genre. This topical news genre. I do want to talk about people getting paid to say something. Now, first, I just want to say, innovative idea. Impressive. I don't think it's ever been tried before. No, there are no preconceived notions or an extensive history of people getting paid to say things. I am getting completely taken by surprise by this novel concept. Because I'll say this, I do stand-up. I have a comedy podcast on the internet, and I don't make money. People can talk and make money? People can post on the internet and make money. Really? Really? Wild. Yeah. Of course, you worry that if someone were to get paid money to talk, maybe that would mean that they're not actually genuine, that they're only saying it because you paid them. But then again, this is new to me, so I don't really know what to think. Don't really know what to think. Yeah, people getting paid to say shit. Here's a question. Does that take away from the meaning or impact of their statements? The fact that they're getting paid, does it make it less true inherently? Does something someone says not true because they don't believe it? All right. Yeah, this idea is a little more heady than you want it to be. Okay, yeah. Now, coming at it from a comedy perspective, I would love to show you this bit by George Carlin. Maybe I already played it. There's this podcast is a long history of playing copyright material. Yeah, for the first 50 or so of these pods, I played a comedian's bit up top because I wanted to define a perspective before attacking these types of topical issues. And there's this great George Carlin bit. It's called No Bullshit. It's no bullshit. And again, I'm not allowed to play it, which is bullshit, okay? But this bit, look it up. It's important for you to look it up. You're not going to understand anything I'm talking about, unless you've already seen it, okay? Which maybe. But yeah, George, maybe I've already played it. Look through my old pods. Look up that window I told you to bring up top. Yeah, it's this old bit where George, he's talking like a newsman. And very quickly tells a story that is completely unbelievable, absolute stupidity. And at the end of it, he goes, and that's no bullshit. That's the punchline. I'm not doing it perfectly. You get it, all right? Now, the reason I'm bringing this up, and why I think it's amazing comedy, is because you look at the layers. And everything nowadays posted on the internet is so layered. One of the layers is that maybe someone's paying them to do it. All right? Now, first layer is that the story he tells is an absurd lie. But then, where it transcends, he then lies about the lie. All right? And the lie is trying to explicitly convince you that the lie is actually true, entering a whole unknown level of absurdity, okay? And he's doing it mocking a newsman. It's presented as a cartoon, another layer, all right? I'm getting kind of tedious with this. I would like to keep this week's podcast below an hour and 30. So while I would love to, go after every single detail, back to the bit. Back to the bit, okay? The reason I'm mentioning it is because this layered organization of thoughts is sort of like my idealized preconception of comedy and the relationship it has with truth. And, when you try and take someone seriously, what you're playing at as your, example of the opposite is comedy. So understanding when something is serious or not in context of comedy helps you perceive, some guy out there, telling you some fact that he might have gotten paid for. Okay? Now, comedy, I think, first point, a big point of it is to actually contradict the truth, tell you what's not true, therefore, revealing it. It's the perfect angle to tell you the truth because it's not trying to taint it by explicitly stating something. All right, the first bit of It's No Bullshit, it's about a dog taking, the wrong highway and ending up in Dallas, Texas, okay? It's an absurd story that gets lied about and lied about in a way trying to convince you. It's inherently expanding your mind, all right? Postulating the possibility that maybe, this fake newsman that George is impersonating, he may be doing this to a far more believable subject, all right? Of course, George, he gets gets real explicit in his later years, obviously, what everyone complains about. But this bit I'm mentioning and bringing up that you've already seen, that maybe I even linked in my description, probably not, it's the straight dope. Comedy, everyone's so obsessed about comedy that proves a point. I'm sure, Jimmy Dore out there trying to, tell you the truth is sort of trapped in it too, which says something to the movement of comedy, again, becoming more explicit. But what this bit that I'm bringing up really is illustrating is this idea of what's believable and how you would believe it, and the people who do believe it, what they're willing to do and say to make you. All right, and yeah, comedy is very explicit nowadays. I'll say it again, and thank God for the modern media, the popularity contest out there, the fame game, that we're all in, that maybe artists, perchance weren't trying to participate in, but at this point. I bring up the bit because, we're playing all sides of it now. And in that bit, all sides are being played. Okay? Yeah, we're explaining ourselves constantly. We're marketing our own words. Hopefully, talking about whatever people are interested in. Which, again, I would know nothing about. All right? Yeah, all these statements people are putting out there, at some point, you do kind of have to ask for a testimonial to keep watching, all right? They could be paid for, they could be not. That bit, it's sort of, it tries to justify itself. And, nowadays in the media, got to be justifying yourself because anything could be possible. I mean, look how it is. All videos nowadays are, an ad within the ad. All right? It's only, that's how the system works in the first place. They're only showing it to you because you think, that's what you want and that's what you're interested in, all of it. Every video, they advertise their own video while they're talking, okay? That's the business model. And when you realize that all these videos, that all the things people say, all right, are designated to perpetuate themselves by definition, by how they function, pushing out a particular line to have it become fact. I mean, this is what I was talking about on our last pod, all right? People's profiles indicate, their probable perspective and, whatever, predictability is in their appeal, all right? You want to believe a post you say on Twitter and, they're getting paid for it. I mean, that's their perspective. Question mark, profit. That's an old meme. I'm just saying, we're moving away from accepting things as true outright. Even that it's even playing on that same wavelength. That spending your time trying to figure out something's true is probably a big waste of it. All right, the important part is understanding how it's all operating anyway. All right, it's something like getting paid to say stuff. Is that actually out of bounds, or is that the idea that all of this is based off of? All right, it's pretty obvious that any successful clip, any popular tweet, at some moment, it's like basically commercialized performance art, and that's what the modern media is. All right, commercialized performance art. All right, hopefully they're getting paid for it. Hopefully. Whatever perspective is getting espoused. I mean, hey man, it's no bullshit. Don't worry about it. Technology is moving way faster than you could ever imagine, and whatever words you're gonna share are immediately out of date. I mean, the way technology is, dude. You want to see some technology? I'm ready to play my next clip, dude. Watch this. Watch this nanobot put sperm inside of an egg. It's crazy. Put the nanobots in me. Fuck that IVF shit. No, put her hormones down and give her some robots. Yeah, get the robots to carry the sperm into the egg like a king, like Xerxes in 300, just propped up. Yeah, man, the sperm just stepping down off the robots into that sweet egg. Yeah, man, the nanobots dropping off the sperm, fucking. Well, I'm sure the nanobots would go into the egg too, and your son ends up like a cyborg or something, like he has superpowers. Yeah, this is something I would love Kurt Metzger to talk about. And I did think about playing his pod that he did with Mr. JRE, but a little too much, Probably would need its own whole podcast to consider. But, this is what I'm talking about. All right, you're worried about whether things are true. Look what's possible, all right? By the way, this is actually the Jeffrey Epstein segment for this week, all right? This little video, we're actually going to talk about Jeffrey Epstein's interest, again, in science. This motherfucker loved science, all right? Actually, if you didn't know, Bill Nye the Science Guy was actually Jeffrey Epstein's idea. Look it up. It's true. I'm sure he's tied up somehow. That guy's a bit of a creep, isn't he? Now, looking at the state of the world today, and what's actually fucking possible, we talk about there being science out there done by absolute maniacs, that we are not allowed to know about. All right, and then we see nanobots putting sperm in eggs, and you go, this is what I get to know about? This is what? Yeah, people are doing shit that you wouldn't believe, okay? And, they saw how we reacted to Mengele. What happened in the church committee, whatever the fuck that was, okay? And there are guys out there that are going, all right, we'll hide it better this time. We'll hide it better. I mean, dude, did you know that your tax dollars were trying to fund this shit? Your tax dollars, guaranteed, are tied up in nanobots trying to get sperm into eggs. All right? And Jeffrey Epstein with the science. I mean, dude, we know what he was into with that. I do think that maybe, the real purpose, or the more important one, was him investing in all this odd science, figuring out what's possible. All right, you think he's dead, but yeah. I mean, that Jeffrey Epstein's dead. That one. All right. But I guarantee you that Jeffrey Epstein's sperm is tied to some nanobot right now, crawling up some poor victim's fucking uterus, just waiting there. The nanobot's clinging to the wall, just waiting for the perfect moment to jump onto the egg and create the horror story all over again. What was happening in terms of science in the Jeffrey Epstein saga? That needs some real investigation because, we all know science is the most important thing we do here on planet fucking Earth. Okay, that's the interesting stuff. We talk about, tweets and technology and the internet in the first place. I mean, where did that all come from? Military. And what does the military have to do with Jeffrey? Yeah, man, talk about it. Is he dead? This is the thing. Maybe he is dead, but again, clones. All right, yeah, the nanobots are making Jeffrey Epstein clones. Okay, and what are we supposed to believe about it all anyway? I want to play this video. It's in the files. God knows why. It's a video of Jeffrey allegedly in his cell, and he's in his cell and he's committing suicide. But it's not the suicide you want to see. It's the other one, the one where he tried. Okay, look at this video right now. Look at this video. Yeah, well, that's Jeffrey right there. Look at him. He's actually Muslim. This is his call to prayer. Now, I don't know what to call this video. It's not clearly labeled. All right. Actually, I'm learning that this is the video from other sources. I'm learning which video this is from. Obviously, Dropsite News. All right, and I just want to reiterate again when it comes to these files, it bothers me so much that everything is not completely explicit in this video. All right. First off, if I could know why the Nickelodeon symbol is clear in view in this video, he's trying to commit suicide, and the background is the Nickelodeon logo. And what's going on where is the FBI explanation and analysis accompanying this video? Where is the labeling? You tell me, it shows me the date on it, but can I have the verification process of that date? This is what we talk about when they're giving us the files. All right, it's not just the evidence. Okay, it's what the FBI has to say about the evidence and what the FBI did about it, and whatever happened because of it. I'm not trying to blame what happens at the end. I just want to see how you got there. Okay. And then and look at this video. It's fucking they're out there just showing me some blurry, fucked up video of a suicide attempt that's not even relevant, not even the one that killed him. Okay, and I can't even tell if it's him. Looks like a clone, to be honest. Looks like some fucking nanobot sperm and fucking. Yeah, this is the same video actually. This is Jeffrey's nanobot. All right, look at him. It's supposed to be him. Thanks, FBI. I bet. Now, talk about Jeffrey again, and this science lover. We really got to figure out why those places were so isolated. What's going on at the Zorro Ranch? That's probably the biggest place. Whatever's going on in Ohio, in those dark rooms in the mansion. Yeah, man. I did find out a fact about Jeffrey. I did find out via Wikipedia. That place. Yeah, that his father, his Jewish immigrant father, was connected with the New York City Parks Department, supposedly as a landscaper. Ironically, we talked about landscapers last week. And if you don't know about the New York City Parks Department, I want to mention a man named Robert Moses. Robert Moses. Look him up. Look him up right now on your phone. All right, you're using the phone to watch me? Make me a little screen. Make me flip up scroll the bottom and see if I can become a little screen, okay? And then look this guy up. Yeah, Edward Norton did a movie about him with Mr. Baldwin before he got all trigger happy. It's a movie called Motherless Brooklyn. A terrible name, and that's why it bombed. Terrible name for a movie, Edward. Don't know why you named it that, okay? And again, it's about this guy named Robert Moses, who was in charge of the New York City Parks Department. And, again, Wikipedia, the bastion of truth, the website we all love so dearly, it told me that this guy actually had like 12 official titles at the time, but he was known as the guy in charge of the parks. And so my point being, if you look into this guy, mobbed up. Totally mobbed up. Yeah, a Jewish immigrant working as a landscaper? Mobbed up. All right? Organized crime. And then think about Jeffrey Epstein. All right? Military, media, organized crime. We all know what's going on. Man. And dude, who's gonna figure it out? Who's gonna finally connect all the dots? It's hot girls who talk about Jeffrey Epstein. Have you seen this trend of hot chicks talking about Jeffrey Epstein? Let me show you a little mashup I made. This is incredible.
I need everybody to give this woman her flowers because she was the first whistleblower of the Epstein files.
Just yesterday, I told you that the Epstein files are the key to the control grid. And look at what we have here.
By Congress, there were literally multiple allusions to Lolita, which came in the form of quotes written on the body of a young woman and photographed.
After my video, The Next Epstein is a Billionaire Bar Owner in LA went viral, there was a few people that told me to look at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in St. Thomas.
More of this. I need a lot more of this. I've actually decided that the main demographic for this podcast is actually hot girls who post about Epstein. That's who I'm going for. Okay, all the sleuths, not sleuths. Sleuths, okay? Honestly, I think I found my type, all right? Yeah, all of these girls posting about Epstein, doing their own version of Alice in Wonderland, okay? Just going out there, eating the rabbit hole. There's going down the rabbit hole, and then there's downing the rabbit hole, all right? And some of us might be the rabbit, and it's too late. God forbid anybody is nice anymore, like poor Alice, all right? Let's actually not reference the book anymore. It's a freak show. What I'm saying is that these girls, like this, this is the attitude that we need to start taking, that women specifically need to start taking towards these billionaires, the rich, the affluent, the successful people, all right? They need to adopt this attitude, or else I will never have a shot to date anybody ever again. No, really, no. If hot girls are interested in Jeffrey Epstein, okay, and they're learning about him, all right, and then they compare me to him, I feel like I'm in the running. I feel like I'm in the running to get a nice girlfriend, okay? Now, this is what you need to do, chicks, all right? This is what you need to do nowadays, all right? Alpha males, fuck them, all right? Dude, guys, boys, you're either like Jeffrey Epstein or you're not, all right? This is your new group of women you're going to go after. Okay, you want to be an alpha like Jeffrey? No, you don't. He was the alpha, all right? Get you a girl who hates all that shit. This is how we really fight it, all right? Yeah, without the sex trafficking, Jeffrey's nothing. Girls need to wake up. Need to watch, start researching. Make some clips of your own. All right? Create a whole movement. All right, you know how girls got a bunch of people to be gay and trans? Now you focus on hating Jeffrey Epstein and the rich pedophiles. You with me? Girls, you with me? I don't mean it. I'm a boy. What do I have to say more about this? I mean, get the investigation going. Look more into the science. Look more about what is being invented and how, for some reason, Jeffrey and his ilk are always connected with it. Yeah, man. Get you a girl who hates on Jeffrey Epstein. Get you an investigative hoe, investigative girl. Yeah, and talking about it, getting to it, I really like to bring up the queen of hot investigation girls, Candace Owens. I do feel guilty for calling her hot. I did that up top. No, and man, watching these girls, what's the real problem? I've seen pornography before, and it's really affecting my view of them. I want to respect them so bad, and I'm just confused. I mean, whenever I see Candace or these chicks out there doing the most important work on earth, I'm genuinely attracted, and I see them, and I know that the whole world's fucked up, and it's sick what they do to these people, and to see them confront it whole cloth, sort of, just it fucks up my head a little bit. Which head? No, not Candace though. I don't think this about her. Ever. I should stay away from her. Never get involved. I'm only acting like this because I think it's a funny bit. I mean, I do not have a obscenely big crush on an insanely famous black mother of four. I don't have that. She's married to a British guy. Gross. Yeah. All right. This is the group of people we need to put our faith in. These are the only ones that can save us. All right. Only ones. Now, Candace, she cares about Epstein a lot. I do wanna, get to the top of her investigation. She's back. She's been back. Okay. Candace was off. Now she's on. Show is up. Things are going down. All right, and I am here to defend whatever diatribe this lady goes off of. Okay, and she's found it. She's found something big. She's found something big. All right, it's the motive. The motive for killing Charlie Kirk. Are you ready? This is it. It's a little long, but you've been waiting. You've been waiting for it, so check it out.
And I got another clue from a different email tip that I received regarding Liberty University. It reads, "Hi, Candace. I have some links that might be important for you in your investigation regarding connections between the Iran-Contra scandal and Liberty University." Now, to remind you, the Iran-Contra scandal was a trafficking scandal that involved our government, the CIA, of course, the Mossad. Jeffrey Epstein was involved in the Iran-Contra scandal. If the Mossad is to be believed, that's how they first brought him in, running weapons through South America. And the CIA and the Mossad got caught they were trying to control what was happening in South America. And they were arming people to take over countries. That's kind of what our CIA does. Anyways, the reason how this involves Liberty University is that during the Iran-Contra scandal, as the email goes on, a man named Sun Myung Moon, a North Korean evangelical cult leader, assisted the CIA in its so-called anti-communist efforts. That's how they billed what they were doing during the Iran-Contra scandal in Central America. He used his logistics network through the churches to aid the Contras through his Unification Church. He connected and their connected organizations like CAUSA, and he also ran PR for the Reagan administration regarding U.S.'s involvement in Central America through his newspaper, The Washington Times. And that's what it feels like Turning Point USA has become, a very complex financial web where money is coming in and money is going out and every dollar is being spent and money is going back to certain people and there are kickbacks. And it feels like very sophisticated money laundering when I read what happened with Moon Inc. and I compare it to what seems to be happening at Turning Point USA. It feels like the company grew bigger than Charlie Kirk. And then they were ready to go to the next level. Like maybe they were presented with an opportunity to become Moon Inc. And maybe Charlie said no. Maybe. Anyways, back to Korea. Yeah, Charlie's last trip. He went to go meet with a pastor.
Yes, the investigation. We've gotten all the way to Korea. Taken quite the trip, baby. Yeah. And again, if you haven't seen all the Candace episodes, please go away and watch them. Just go away and watch them. All right. I've asked you to put this on 2x speed. Put her on 2x speed too. All right. Catch up quick. Okay. Yeah, because I think she's found it. She's found the motive. All right. I mean, she said it involves Korea. She said North Korea at first about the Moon guy. I'm pretty sure she meant South. Obviously, not worth the edit. And then she brings up religion, Jeffrey Epstein, and good old money laundering. Yeah, for some reason, Charlie, before he died, he went to Korea, and his organization, maybe coincidentally, was exactly, structured like the Moon Company. And when he started to wonder about the money, big forehead, he couldn't figure out what was going on with the money, he asked for an audit. And then there's that moment in the Hamptons and wherever the fuck on the phone that all of his friends and family, they all try to save his life. They all try to save his life and tell him to take the money. And again, you need a charismatic guy at the front, but he wouldn't play ball and do some money laundering, and that's why they decided to kill him. Case closed. Case closed, Candace. Case closed. This is why they did it. No, it's nice for her to get some closure on that. Yeah, it was for the money. He got shot for the money. Woo! Woo! Thank God. Thank God it was just for money, everybody. Thank God. I mean, yeah, ooh. You know, for a second there, I thought he was, you know, ritually sacrificed by Freemasons. You know, maybe killed by witches. But no, guys, don't worry. It was just for money. Thank God. Thank God. Everyone turned on him for money. Figured it out. Investigation over. Let's go home. All right. Yes, Tyler Robinson murdered him for the money. Okay, wait. No, I see where it gets messy again, actually. Yeah, man. This is it. Talking about Jeffrey Epstein. For some reason, he's fucking involved in the Charlie Kirk assassination. It's bananas, but it is what it is. For some reason, this guy's involved in everything. And, you know, watching her show, seeing where it's fucking gonna go, I really do want to ask, like, you know, are we really gonna be arresting people who did this, who colluded? I mean, this is something that bugs me. All right, look, we go ahead, we expose everybody, and then what do we do? All right, yeah, we tell people, we tell as many people as possible, and then what? We go and vote. We're supposed to vote. I thought we didn't care about the midterms. What's next? What's next? Yeah, this is all very scary stuff we're discovering, Candace. Very scary, sus stuff. But, you know, I'm worried about the end. I'm really worried about the end. I mean, what is this about? I mean, are we just trying to discover who the bad guys really are? You know, you discover who the bad guys are. What could you possibly do about it? I call them bad guys, and I genuinely hesitate to do that. All right, I hesitate to do that because what? I'll end up, you know, fucking covered by the Nickelodeon logo real soon. And you know, are they bad guys? I mean, at the end of the day, all they really want is love and support. Okay, that's really all they want. Yeah, the group of bad guys. Clearly, it's, you know, it begins at Epstein, probably, you know, ends at the military. All right, whatever collection of people that is, you know, those are the bad guys. You know, they love war, drugs and sex, you know, all the hot shit. And then, you know, the web gets a little weirder. You'd like for it to stop there, but, you know, the military, it's connected to aliens, you know, which is connected to science, and, you know, science is connected to education, which is everybody, and they're probably going to put nanobots in us real soon, if they haven't already. You know, and then Candace, she's bringing up this religious aspect. I mean, maybe I'd like to talk about Korea and their affinity for God. South Korea, one of the most Christian places on earth. Don't think about it. Try not to think about it, but it is. Yeah, and of course Epstein, he's connected to some occult religion. Hopefully not Judaism. You can at least call his religion pedophilia. All right? I mean, and remember a time where religious people used to be pedophilias? Shout out Catholic Church, Vatican, where you at? I'm sure we haven't heard about your involvement lately, but guaranteed you're there. And what is it now? You know, the military, the rich. You know, we talk about organized crime, again, which Epstein has a wonderful connection to. Yeah, these are the bad guys. Yeah, we know where to look for the evil people. We know where to look, okay? But I'm very troubled about what we do when we find them, all right? Because I don't know if you've noticed, but the bad guys, like, their literal job is killing people. Their literal job is, like, preventing people from stopping what they want to do, okay? What we probably need to do to them is, like, their number one job in stopping. Their number one job is to stop that. Yeah, I mean, they keep, these guys we mentioned, the bad guys, they keep, you know, throwing coups all around the world. Seems to be a bit of a projection. I think they're the ones who need to get cooed, right? And I understand sedition. I understand what that means, all right? And yes, I would prefer to beat people at the ballot box. Let's do that, huh? How about that? But, you know, I don't know anymore about how much we care about the veneer. All right, yeah, the Congress, the presidency, the court, the agencies. I mean, you know, at some point, it seems clear that, you know, the civilians are not in charge of it. People like Jeffrey are, and they got fucking nanobots. You think you can beat the nanobots at the ballot box? All right? No, I mean, I feel like these guys are ready to burn it all down. Aren't they burning it all down? They killed fucking, poor Small Eyes Big Head. Poor guy. Sad guy. His wife seems to have something to do with it, and, it's hard to get laid. I'm sorry, Charlie. What happened to me, too. But, a violent revolution. All right? Yeah, it's insane. It's impossible. That's my point. Please don't look at me, FBI. I'm just saying that you want to fight the guys who have the nuclear bombs. They have the nuclear bombs, and I'm pretty sure they're ready to get off the rock. They're ready to fucking leave the earth. All right, they got breeding programs, they got cloning programs. It seems to me they just want a little bit more time. Okay, and this investigation by Candace. All right, how much time do we really think we got out here? We keep slugging along every 2 years, every 4 years, but the water's boiling and spaghetti's in. We're all feeling real wiggly. We have jumped the shark on believability. Okay? Yeah, people are getting paid to talk. Well, so is Candace. People are paying her to talk too. Wake up. I mean, it's all very confusing. It's all bullshit. It's no bullshit, okay? Everybody is, pushing their own line, all right? And, whatever you think about that, best of luck. Okay, last segment. It's the governor's race. Again, I'm not going to cover the governor's race per se. I mean, it's, topics that are relevant. But I don't know if you knew, but Gavin Newsom, he gave the State of the Union speech for California. State of the California speech. The Union of People in California. I don't know what they call it. Yeah, nobody covered it. Nobody's covering it. I guess other things are happening, but I've heard nothing about it, and I'd like to bring it up again. Sorry, maybe the reason people aren't covering it because it's the stump speech. All right, he's given this speech in about 12 podcasts last year. It wasn't that interesting, but it's important to bring up when you talk about what we need in California. This guy's perspective. He's been running it for a minute, and he goes on about. I'm going to show you a clip where he talks about the good things. The good things. You want to hear the good things? Hear Gavin. Here he is.
I was reading this. I don't see this on some of the cable networks. 13,700 active patents in the UC system alone. That's more than any other system on the globe. We simply have no peers. And this, again, I said it earlier, it's not by chance, it's by design. You've nurtured these steps, big and small. They've emanated from these chambers. You have kept the state stable. You've kept it reliable because you've invested in the California dream. Just last year, building that framework, we worked together to unveil the first concrete economic development blueprint in California's history. It wasn't top down, it's bottom up. It's region by region. Some 10,000 people, remarkable number, participated in the development of this plan. We call it Jobs First. 13 economic and workforce development plans aligned to the universities, aligned to our trade schools. It's a plan that reconciles the macroeconomic story of the world's fourth largest economy, $4+ trillion a year, with the microeconomic reality of 40 million people living here. It's an economic plan that's nourishing. It's an economic plan that's family supporting. For the Central San Joaquin, that means jobs in manufacturing and clean energy, and of course, agriculture. For the Redwood region, it's jobs in tourism and in health and forestry and fisheries. For San Diego and Imperial counties, new jobs in high tech, biotech, advanced manufacturing and hospitality. For the Central Coast, new jobs in aerospace, defense, semiconductors, quantum, and ag tech. We're doing all of this in conjunction, by the way, with our wildly successful CalCompetes tax credit program that's helping businesses hire more Californians, expanding innovation all across our state. Proof points: aerospace engineering in Torrance, beneficial. Hydrogen fuel cell manufacturing in Lancaster. Fusion R&D in San Leandro. And in Kern County, this is interesting, in Kern County, Mojave, it's the first steel mill built in California in half a century. That's interesting. By the way, And I'm going to get to the budget in a second, but this is a little bit of a preview. By the way, I'll be requesting all of you, with your indulgence, in tomorrow's budget, that we reauthorize. I'll be asking that you reauthorize our tax credit program for an additional 5 years. It is working. You know what else is working? You know what else is working? Speaking of tax credits, ever since that first moving image was taken of a horse, some of you may recall this, a horse named Sally in Palo Alto, to the early silent film studios in Fremont in Los Angeles, Hollywood has been one of California's, well, been perhaps the most California of industries. And that's why we're proud we worked together last year to double down on our film and tax credit programs, and not only keep our iconic industry here, but all the unionized camera operators, stunt performers, wardrobe, and set designers. It's a point of pride, and that program is working and producing real results because of your leadership.
Gavin throwing the red meat. Tasty, chewy meat. Big steak. Talking to the legislators. No one covered this. The state of the state. That's great. Give it to him. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, he's such an incredible speaker, isn't he? Isn't he? I don't mean that sarcastically. He's hot. I want him. He's my Candace Owens if they were male. My disturbing sexual attraction. I'm kidding. Please God. Am I kidding? No, he talks like it's all great. He talks about it like it's all great. It's obviously a very long speech, and that's what I pulled out of it. Because what is he's talking about the successes. The successes. Yeah. Talking about the economics of it. What does Mr. Joe say? That Boston bitch coming to California to live and give his opinion about it. Yeah, he'll go over and over again on his pod, day after day. Anyone mentions California, he'll say this line. He'll say that California was great already. Yeah, all the things that Gavin is touting. He maybe sure he feels marginally responsible because he's been in the governor's office for 12 fucking years. But California's been awesome for longer than he's been there. We were actually doing so good. We were talking about so good that the place we're in now is actually a disappointment. Yeah, man. The GDP grew. The GDP grew, but I think I've made it clear what I think about the money. Jeffrey Epstein and his money. Yeah, he's going out there talking about the macro and the microeconomics. Yeah, don't forget the micro people. The little micro people. He did the small thing for us. He told us we were small. No, and the great things with the macro, I think he just likes saying those words. I mean, I know I do. Yeah, this guy talking to, trying to hit the macroeconomics, let the script write itself. Yeah, overall, economically, all the things that they're doing. Yeah, what about housing prices, grocery, transportation? The only things that matter. Yeah, I'm sure he goes on about healthcare too, but his little speech about the aerospace industry. Who's that for? Probably Jeffrey Epstein people. All right. I mean, those are the ones who love being on planes. Yeah. What about aerospace development is going to lower the ticket price, Gavin? Yeah. I mean, again, I have Medi-Cal, I have Denti-Cal. Thank you guys for trying. All right. But my dentist convinced me to get root canals I didn't need, and my doctor, I don't think he likes me very much. Yeah. We're all living a nightmare with that, and I'm pretty sure if something catastrophic happens, I'm still fucked. But they have ag tech. What about the ag tech? Yes, I can get antibiotics with relative ease in California. That is an achievement. That is. I mean, yeah, sure, I lived in Mexico for 2 years, and I could just buy them anytime I wanted. But in the system we're in the state of the state, maybe one of those other industries he said was good. Yeah, we built a steel mill in Kern County. You want to work at a steel mill in Kern County, guys? I guess it's good for the people in Kern County. Yeah, the state. I really think, we can talk about, whatever tax credit you're giving people. Yeah, you're charging them less tax. How nice of you. How much you're helping them. Giving us a break. Thank you. Yeah, but the money, dude. Yeah, I mean, the prices, housing, grocery, transportation, healthcare. Look, I think we can figure out biotech without you, state. Maybe we can. Going on about the UC systems. We're paying for that too. Actually, we actually paid double for it. The freaking university gets tax breaks. They get our tax money. And then all of a sudden, we have to pay the universities too. Is that what we're touting? I think you solve these small problems, housing prices, grocery prices, transportation issues, healthcare, make it more, simple. I think we can figure out homelessness eventually. Yeah, get those right first, and then we can address homelessness, which maybe is like the worst part about living here. I think you talked about homelessness in the speech, the state of the state. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're not taxing big movie productions. Do we want the next governor to do that too? Yeah, they're not taxing them as much, but it's still more than other places. Yeah, we're not taxing the companies who do their accounting in a way that they never make any money. Yeah, I mean, you can't appreciate Gavin celebrating California. I mean, dude, I'm here for it. I love it here. I grew up here. Let's all celebrate California together. Okay, dude, no matter how many homeless people I push over on the sidewalk, how many I just shove onto the ground while I'm walking my dog, I still have pride in this place. I still have pride. I'm happy for it, okay? But, when it comes to these things that we want the governor to be doing in the fourth largest economy in the world, and, this is what I go on about all day with my stupid fucking glasses, it's setting up the whole perception and conversation of what we need to be doing in the state. I mean, the battle of the generation, all right? The corruption of the quasi-socialists, the fake capitalists out here. We could talk about whatever achievements we make inside the system, but the system don't work. Is real broke. Okay, yeah, talk about the issues, but in real life terms, yeah. I mean, what tax money is needed to do the things we actually need? Yeah, they don't say. They end up over budget. Gavin was going to talk about the budget, but then I cut him off. We're all trying to do business here. But capitalism, I mean, the rules are incessant. What are we, what are we doing here? The governor needs to tell us what actual fucking system we have, so we can, address problems. Yeah, Gavin, he goes, I believe in capitalism, but I also believe in giving a helping hand to the little guy, the microeconomic guys. But what the fuck does that even mean? All right, are we helping the little guy become a capitalist, or are we fucking, throwing at a banana at him, throwing a banana at this fucking drug addict, possible veteran? Are we just paying his rent in some shithole so he can continue to do drugs? All right, you go crazy. You go crazy about the money that we spend. He's talking about the money that we spend. That's what Gavin's on about. He's like, look at all the money we spent. Yeah, I mean, don't even get me started on whatever fraud is happening. The billions and billions of dollars on some things that never even come to fruition. Yeah, paradigm shift, Gavin. Paradigm shift. Talk about the successes. What about the paradigm that all these successes happened in? Going on about jobs. Jobs. Remember jobs? Jobs. We all love jobs. Jobs. But when you talk about a job, I mean, really working for some company that gets government subsidies, working for the government themselves, probably. I mean, what are we really enabling people to do here? Fucking in the rear with the gear, worker bees all day, buzz. I really think that, with how awesome California is, how diverse it is, we should really, be encouraging people to be the real winners. And, not some simpleton working for some tech oligarch, working for somebody else out there, And all of us, we end up like Gavin, some fucking, dirtbag cutout dipshit, playing in some game that, I don't even know if we agreed to the rules for. All right? My personal opinion, we all should be each other's clients. 1099 the whole fucking state, baby. We pay the taxes, sure, but can you put them in a place where they don't get appropriated, maybe? We're out here dumping the money in the slush fund. Enabling fucking, nanobot work. I'm sure that was made in San Diego, actually. I think Jeffrey had something going on in San Diego, too, if I can remember. The whole Gavin, the whole crew, he's out there celebrating with the whole crew and the legislator. They're all his friends, evidently, being real friendly with them. All right? Yeah. Follow the money, everybody. Follow the money. That's, and I need my money to go in a straight line, all right? Because there's a lot of people out there getting paid to talk. They're laundering the fuck out of it. And, they're hurting my boys. Hurting my guys. And the only thing left for them is for hot chicks to be mad at you and post content about you. Where's the Gavin content? All right, hey, that was the pod. I did it. Congratulations, you stayed for it. Yeah, man. Like it, subscribe to it, comment on it, dude. I think I'm gonna respond in the comments. I've been really that's my New Year's resolution is to get into the comments. Yeah, and I've done a little bit. We're gonna start ripping it. I'm really gonna start communicating with you people. You want that? Maybe you want it. Who knows? I'll at least, dude. I'm posting in my Instagram story. That has to be something. I'm putting out some trial reels. You know what? I'll even put that short on YouTube that I just made. It's gotten about 235 views on my trial reel on Instagram. Dude, social media, so easy. I wish someone would pay me for it. Yeah, actually, you know what? Put out my Cash App. Here it is. Put it out again. Look at it. What do you want me to do with it? Did I entertain you a little bit? At least let you reminisce, huh? Rose-colored classist. Get with it.